Welcome back to the Xenophobic 73 channel, folks, and this is Retrobat, and this is basically me explaining to you what BIOSes you need to get Retrobat up and running. Now, assuming that if you're new to Retrobat, the first thing you'll see is your graphic user interface, which is what you see on the screen. It might look slightly different to mine. Mine is called Arcade Planet, and if you want to go ahead and find the settings, install it, you'll have exactly the same. This is my favorite, but this is not what we're here for. Depending on what theme you have, it'll look slightly differently, but I'm basically going to tell you what systems do and what systems you don't need the BIOS. So Super Nintendo, we do not. Sega Saturn, you will need the European, the USA and the Japanese variants. So typically, if you want to go to the Japanese side of the software, which there are slightly more titles than there was released in both Europe and US, there are some differences in the software, not always, but if you want some of the hidden gems that have Japanese text and Japanese cutscenes that you understand, then obviously you want the Japanese BIOS. PSP, you may need it. You may, if I'm mistaken, if I know Sony's, both the PS2 and the PlayStation both need the 3 variant BIOSes. Now, don't get me wrong, don't misunderstand me. If you're just going to be going for the European market with the European BIOS, that's absolutely fine. Then obviously you won't need the other two, but you'd be missing out on some gems from the Japanese side because they never saw anywhere near to Europe or the US. So PSP you will, PS2 you will, and the PlayStation definitely. NES you won't need. In Nintendo DS, nope. N64, nope. Nintendo 3DS you won't need. Arcade AM2 you won't need. The Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis, wherever you are in the world, you won't need a BIOS. Sega Mega CD you will. Alright. Arcade MAME, you won't need a BIOS as such, but you'll just need to match your ROM sets with the serial number of the edition of MAME that you have. So, argument's sake, if you download the U1.2, you'll need the 1.2 ROM set for the games to match exactly and work and function. Nintendo GameCube, no. Game Boy Advance, you will not need. Game Boy, no. Dreamcast, you will need the BIOS. MS-DOS, no. You just install it on the PC and away you go. Commodore 64, back in the day, you will not. Amiga CD32, you will. Amiga, you will need the Kickstart BIOS, you will need. Sega 32, no. Good old ZX Spectrum Sinclair ZX Spectrum, sorry, you will not need, no. And Windows, absolutely not. The Wii, however, you will. If you're emulating the Wii U, you'll also need BIOS there as well. So that pretty much covers it, folks. That's all the systems that require BIOS to run and the ones that do not. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, folks. See you on the next video.